Evening. All right, good afternoon, traders. Today is January 21st, 2025. My name is John Kerrigan. I moderate the BYOB Trading Room. Hey, let's take a look at some charts today. So here's SPY in the closing half hour here, or the closing hour, 10-minute uptrend going into the close. All we need is a 10-minute green candle for continuation. I don't know if that's going to continue. That is resistance. It's a it's a three-valley resistance area, so we'll see how far they get with it. But they are at the top of this resistance zone, trying to break through. All right, so there's the 10-minute chart. 2 hour, we have a 2-hour uptrend. We have made a higher high, so we are now in a daily uptrend on the daily chart. Let's go over to the daily chart here. Let's move all this stuff out of the way. So here's the daily chart. Here's a high. We just put in a higher high. So that puts this into a daily uptrend right here. We could be going up to this breakdown candle high, which is 606.34. We'll see. If we happen to bull flag up there, we'd be looking at attacking the all-time high, which is 609.14, roughly thereabouts. All right, so there's SPY. Now in a daily uptrend, higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap, over the 17 EMA, daily uptrend, daily chart now in an uptrend. All right, let's take a look at, move this stuff out of the way. Let's take a look at QQQ. QQQ, not in a daily uptrend yet. Okay, little ways to go here. See that? It's got to take out that high. So QQQ still in a downtrend. Price action, higher low, higher high, closing over the trap, over the 17, over the prior all-time. Let's just go put this up here, see where this fans out at. Okay, over the all-time high anchored VWAP. Let's move it over to the right day. Right there. So there's QQQ, FNGU. All right, FNGU is over the all-time high anchored VWAP, over the downtrend line. This probably needs to be moved out to there. Price action, higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap, over the 17 EMA, attacking the downtrend line right there on FNGU. Higher low, higher high. So Diamond Dow, same deal. Higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap, over the 17 EMA. Another big candle to the upside. That could be the exhaustion candle. Big candle igniting, some little candles, and now the big candle at the end. So we'll see where this wants to go. There's Diamond Dow. Diamond Dow still in a downtrend, unless you want to count this as an uptrend, and then taking out the high. So we'll see what happens here with Diamond Dow. To me, that's, I don't know, that's not much of a valley there. It is a slight pullback. So to me, it's still a downtrend. I mean, I'm not going to count that as a valley. That's kind of tough to count that as a valley. So to me, that's still downtrend. IWM. All right, IWM now in an uptrend, taking out the high over the 17, hanging out over, closing over the all-time high anchored VWAP. Price action, lower low, higher high there. So IWM now in an uptrend, closing up in the upper third. So that's bullish right there for IWM. Diamond Dow closing in quadrant 4. That's bullish. QQQ closing up in quadrant 4. That's bullish there too. Let's take a look at FNGU closing up in quadrant 4. Bullish there as well. SPY closing up in quadrant 4 as well. That's bullish also. So let's take a look at our technicals. T2122. We stayed in the overbought zone all day long. All right, just drinking the bear's wine right up there. T2123 gap up, never got filled. All right, and price action bullied up and consolidated over to the right. All right, look for them to come up. I said there's probably a good chance they're coming right back up to here, which is a prior all-time high. So price action looking like it's probably going to gap up and hit that area sometime tomorrow. 3-bar chart. Oh, well, on the 15, notice price action still up over the curling 200 SMA. This makes the spike candle. This makes the rubber band candle. We'll see what happens with price on the 15. So up over the falling 200 SMA, up over the 17 EMA, green from the beginning of the day to the end of the day. 3-bar chart, 3 more green candle bars with some space now in between the 17 and the price action. All right, still underneath this flat 200 SMA here, back at a prior all-time high right here. Okay, let's take a look at FNGU. FNGU bullied all day, so green from the beginning of the day right to the end of the day. Look at this last minute rally. I guess they really want it. All right, so price action had one red candle bar here, one here. All in all, they stayed above VWAP most of the day. All right, showing you buyers dominated the buying session right here. Okay, so buyers overwhelmed sellers because you've got price over VWAP for the majority of the day. Price action up over the all-time high anchored VWAP, closing over the downtrend line. We'll see where they go tomorrow. All right, that's FNGU. Let's take a look at a few sectors. First sector we'll take a look at is XLE. All right, XLE kind of cooling off a little bit here. Inside day, closing over the trap, over the rising 17, over the all-time high anchored VWAP, up in the upper third. That is bullish up there for XLE. Kind of neutral bullish. They're still in a downtrend until they take out this. So neutral bullish till they put in that higher low, and then they'll probably be in an uptrend there. So just almost vertical there on XLE. Let's take this off. Take that off. All right, so let's take a look at USO. USO having a pullback, lower high, lower low, closing underneath the bullish trap over the rising 17 up in quadrant 4. Still bullish there. I'd like to pick some up right about 79.50 all the way down to, well, this area right here, $75, $76. So somewhere between 79 and 76, I'd be interested in reloading my USO. Okay, UNG. So USO still in a daily uptrend, just having a pullback right now. Again, closing over the rising 17. Let's take a look at UNG. UNG having a pullback as well. Lower high, lower low, closing under the bullish trap, but over the rising 17. Right in this area right here, this green shaded area, all the way down to this peak right here. I'd be interested in reloading for UNG. All right, so there's UNG on the daily chart, still in a daily uptrend. Let's take a look at silver and gold. Silver in an uptrend, higher low, higher high, closing over the trap, over the 17, under the 12-year high anchored VWAP. Silver's in an uptrend, closing on the northern side of the midpoint or the 50-yard line right there. Okay, so silver starting that new uptrend. Let's take a look at gold. Had some gold today. We played it. I did. I bought some calls, sold them at the end of the day. Price action, higher low, higher high, closing over a bullish trap, over the rising 17, over the all-time high anchored VWAP, up here in quadrant 4, hanging out on top of these 1, 2, 3 candles here. Nice work for gold. I don't know how long they can hold that. Like to see them kind of cool off. Hold this area up here over 250 for like 3 to 5 days. That would be nice. Consolidate and then move up higher again. So there's gold. Let's take a look at SMH. SMH now in an uptrend. They were in a downtrend. They just made an uptrend right here, higher low, higher high, closing over a bullish trap over the rising 17 EMA. Price action for SMH now in an uptrend. Bullish consolidation here. Okay. Moving up, holding that higher ground, looking good. Okay, so you see they went up before and they gave it up. Now they're going up. I'd like to see them hold this time, okay? Maybe 5 to 6 days up here or continue going higher. Either one. Either go higher or hold for 6 days up in this, right along the top of these peaks right here, here, all on top of these peaks. Like to see price action hold for more than just 1 or 2 days, okay? Like to see 6 days of holding up there. SMH is bullish right there over the all-time high anchored VWAP over the bullish trap. Let's take a look at XLK. XLK, higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap, over the all-time high anchored VWAP, still in a downtrend. If they take out this high, they will negate the downtrend and convert the uptrend. Closing up in quadrant 4, they are bullish. Let's take a look at XLI. This is industrials. Phone. Industrials are still in a downtrend unless they take out this high. Price action for industrials. Higher low, higher high, closing over the trap, over the 17 EMA. A lot of these candles today looking like exhaustion candles, like big candles at the end of the moves. Be careful tomorrow. We'll see what happens. There's XLI. Still in a downtrend, but not moving down, moving up. Closing up in quadrant 4 over the all-time high anchored VWAP, over the bullish trap, over the hooking 17. Okay, bullish on industrials, hanging out all the way back up here. Okay, let's take a look at XLU. Utilities in an uptrend because there's a high over the 17, made a higher high. Okay, XLU on the daily chart, now in a daily uptrend. Higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap, over the all-time high anchored VWAP, closing over the 17. So XLU uptrend, closing up in quadrant 4. That's bullish. Let's take a look at XRT. XRT still in an uptrend. They haven't broken this low, but not moving up. All right, just having a hard time. Still above this uptrend line right here. All right, stuck in below, just neutral, going up and giving it up. Okay, they didn't close in the upper third. They didn't close in the upper quadrant. They did close over the all-time high anchored VWAP, but that is like 2 years, 3 years ago. Okay, so it's kind of like easy to do that. Still in a bull flag, trying to break out. Just having a tough time right now. XRT. Let's take a look at IYT. Is that real? That's weird if that's real. No, it's not. Okay, so let's just move this up to the bottom. This up to the top. Right there. Okay, so that's our candle right there. So, daily chart. All right, you can see that's the low, that's the high. So higher low, higher high, closing over a bullish trap, over the hooking 17, over the all-time high anchored VWAP, closing up in quadrant 4. That's bullish. Transports now in an uptrend. Transports now bullish up in quadrant 4. All right, so what did we trade today? All right, well, I traded some of the 605 calls and the 604 calls, made a little money on those. Tried some puts in the afternoon. They did not work out for me. All right, so with the 604 and the 605 calls, so they were 3 DTE 605 calls and 0 DTE 604 calls. And what do? We played the SPY game plan. And let me pull up that game plan so you can have a peek at it. SPY game plan. I'm going to show you QQQ had a game plan as well. It worked also. All right, where'd it go? Here it is. All right. So here's the SPY game plan for today. Pull this up. Okay. All right. SPY game plan was up over 599.20. All right. All we needed was a decent green candle. All right. To buy that to go higher. All right. So 10-minute uptrend. Green erases red. Up higher. That was the plan. Okay. The game plan works. SPY price over 599.20 is my bullish entry. You can see you need to have a 10-minute uptrend. No doji candles, no topping wicks, no red candles. Okay, no topping wicks. Why? Because bears have control of the price when we see topping wicks. No red candles because bears have control. That's the reason it's red. All right, no doji candles because that means price. The bears don't have control, nor the bulls. So whoever's got the control is resting. So we don't want that either. We want a clear sign of bulls stepping in to buy the candle. So we come down here into the game plan. I'm going to show you the QQQ one worked as well. Let's get the chart up. All right, here's our chart. Let's take a look at SPY. Okay, here's SPY. And let's pull up on the 0 right there. Take a look at the 10-minute chart. Okay, the first candle was a nice green candle, but most of it was doji. Again, equal selling, equal buying. So it should have been a no-go. I bought it and stopped out right here. I didn't stop out. I just closed it. I didn't like what I saw with the 3 red candles coming all the way down into here. So I just closed it out and took a $200 hit. All right, now on SPY here, we finally got green candles up over 601. I said price over 601 is going to be a decent entry right there. There's the big green candle up over 601. I'll put the 601 down so you can see where it is. There's 601 right there. Green candle closes up over 601. So it wipes out all this bearish action right here. That would be green erases red right there. So here we are, and we traded this right up to 602.80. Okay, that was the target, 602.80. So we took this, traded it up to 602.80. I tried puts in here. I failed. I'm sitting on a negative position right now. But I did make money with this price action moving up to the top up here. All right, so that was our trades for today. All right, bullish call. SPY game plan works. Let's take a look at QQQ game plan. I'll bet that worked just as well. All right, here's the QQQ game plan. All right, you can see price action. Green erases red over 523.08. All right, this is 523.08. Let's go take a look at the chart. QQQ. All right, here's QQQ. Let's put a line, 523.08, right there. Okay, first candle this morning, not over 523.88. Big red candle, all of these underneath. Here's a candle that closes over 523.08. Right here, you could have bought this one with a stop underneath here. Okay, green erases red. Here's the red. Okay, so green erases red over 523.08. Starting a 10-minute uptrend. If you didn't buy this one, you could have bought this one, and you could have rode price all the way up to the brick up here at 525.77. Okay, so both trading plans work. Both game plans work. Whether you played SPY, QQQ, or even if you did the both of them. All right? Price was running away. What do we like to see? Price run away from VWAP. Here's a 10-minute trend. Here's VWAP. There's the burnt brown line. Runs away from VWAP. A lot of chopping around in here from the beginning of the day, but after that, after the noon hour and the European session closed, they took price up higher. Okay, they took it up all the way up over the opening candle up here. Okay, so there's QQQ. on the 10-minute chart. All right, any questions? If there's no questions, I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, I look forward to going to have some orientation for you guys that are visiting, that are just picked up some trials. All right, I'm going to do a coaching session tonight, and I got another coaching session scheduled for tomorrow at 5. All right, so I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for putting your trust in me. As you can see, the game plans do work. All right, any questions on the game plans, send me a text. All right. Thanks, guys. See you in the morning, 8 o'clock.